Hello everyone, welcome back once again to the Book of Lying. This time around we are going to talk about how to hijack the natural spawning system of different mobs, specifically because I use this a lot in more recent Spring Realms dungeons, and it's a really handy way of getting mobs that are specialized into your dungeon without having to have a whole ton of spawners everywhere. So, first thing that we have over here is that we have two distinct mobs. So we have a wither skeleton known as the Jolly Boy, and we have a small slime known as Hardened Sludge. They're fairly straightforward, so let's just have a quick look at them. So here we have Jolly Boy, and that might be something that you encounter on, say, a pirate ship. And we have Hardened Sludge, who might be more appropriate inside of a waste facility, some kind of sewer level, that kind of thing. So, these are just standard mobs with different entity data, which is all defined inside the brackets at the end here. So you can go onto various websites that allow you to put together the custom summoning commands for different mobs, and that's fairly straightforward. And I have a box. So let's set it to night, turn off my little cleanup function here, and let's restock the pen. And then we can set it to day and start cleaning up again. So, now we have a number of naturally spawned zombies and skeletons who can't leave this area, so it's just handy for us to use them as our test subjects. Now, there are two primary ways of hijacking mob spawning. The first and most obvious is to just use the entity data command, which allows you to change all the special values that these guys are running on, so it's the thing that determines if the zombies are baby zombies, if they are villager zombies, if they are villager zombies, what their profession is. It affects whether skeletons are wither skeletons, whether they are husks, whether they are all these different kinds of values. It also affects all of their equipment. So, our first one that we're going to try and do is we're going to try and get the Jolly Boys in. So with that, we have this little command here, which is just telling me the coordinates of all of that box, so I don't accidentally target anything else. So what we want to do, first and foremost, is just use the entity data command, which again just change all of the little values. And let's grab our details about the Jolly Boy. So we grab that, shove that in the end here, and now we're just going to apply this on repeat. We want it to be on repeat so that we get every single skeleton in there, but there is a slight thing that we are going to notice very soon. So now we've got the Jolly Boys going in there, and what's happening right now is that every single skeleton in there is having its data set over and over and over again. And whilst it's not providing us with much of a problem here, we've noticed it's also applied to the zombies. So that's something that we want to actually change up here. So we want to only target the zombies, because otherwise, well, they only target the skeletons. So, boop. There we go. So now, if we do another little quick command here, so at E type equals zombie, and let's just set their armor items to be completely empty values, and that gets away all of that, and we'll do the same with the hand items so that they're not holding all those swords. Ooh, can't have swords and weapons inside the pen, guys, come on. There we go. And let's also get rid of that custom name so we don't see it everywhere. Custom name visible 0. There we go. So now we've got our 5 Jolly Boys in here, but again, they're having their entity data set all of the time. So if I was to go into game mode 0, we can see they're doing this wiggle and they're moving kind of slowly. And the reason for that is that their equipment and their AI is getting updated every single 20th of a tick because of this repeat. So, to fix that, what we need to do is have a tag at the end here. So we want to add tags, and we'll have it be Jolly Boys, a nice little descriptive thing. So we want to add that over here, tag equals not Jolly Boy. So that means we're targeting all the skeletons in that area that don't have the Jolly Boy tag. And that then means that they only get changed once, because once they get changed, they are immediately added to that list. So, if we go back to here, then we can see he's fully able to come out and wreck me, which is a little less helpful. Jolly Boy, help. Dude. There we go, thank you. Right. So that's how we might use entity data. Now you can do other special things, so you can take that same kind of qualifier there of a region, a type, and a tag, and add a tag to there based on that thing. So it can be, for example, Jolly Boy Setup could be the tag, and then you can just apply entity data as well as other things like the effect command to those particular entities and removing the Jolly Boy Setup tag in the process, which is a nice, quick, and efficient way of doing that. But now we have our second way of doing entity data, of creating our custom mobs with the natural spawning, and that is turning one entity into a completely different entity. So we have our zombies in here, and let's say we want to have hardened sludge instead of zombies in a given area, which is a really great way of taking a usually quite populous kind of entity, such as zombies and skeletons and the like, and turning it into something that's a bit more thematic for your dungeon. But sometimes you just can't make a zombie or some such into the kind of creature that you're looking for. Now, you might be wondering why we can't just use entity data to change the type of entity. Well, you saw when we tried to use skeleton type there, that the zombies were still just regular old zombies. And the trouble is, whilst entity data can set things like position, rotation, tags, custom names, armor, all sorts, it cannot change the type of the entity. So it can't turn a skeleton into a zombie or vice versa and anything else beyond. You can't turn a wither boss into a pig, for example. So, to fix that up, we need to take our little command here, which is giving us all these little values. We want to target only the zombies, and we're going to add a tag to them. So scoreboard players tag add, and we'll put slime convert as our tag. Once again, let's put that on repeat. And then, from there, we need a chain to summon from those. So execute at e tag equals slime convert. That's our identifier tag. And then we want to summon the slime at the exact same position, and we want to give it all of the same details that we have over here. So we grab those. Loop. And again, if we wanted to have this be extra special, we could have it just have a startup tag on the slimes as well, but for now we don't have anything, and we don't really need anything right now. Okay, so that will cause all of the zombies inside of there to be added to the tag of slime convert, and then immediately summon their own hardened sludge slime. But if I turn this on right now, the zombies will stay there, and they will perpetually spit out our hardened sludge enemies. So what we want to do from there is teleport all of the zombies there. So we want tag equals slime convert, and we want to teleport them to about -60. There's no particular reason for it to be -60. Anything below 0 will more or less do the trick. And we also want to, just for good measure, because sometimes teleporting things into the void doesn't necessarily work very cleanly, we also just want to kill them all, just to make absolutely certain that we don't end up with something special. So that gets them out of the sights and out of mind, and it also gives the added benefit that, as you can see in my surroundings here, I have a kill field on, and that's creating the occasional cloud of particles, which, if we don't get rid of with the zombies, will also mean that our slimes also appear in a cloud of particles, which is a little not great. So if we do this, we now have instantly converted them, seemingly, into the hardened sludge. So if I clean the pen, turn off cleanup, set it to night, we can see there's a bunch of people going on right now. Restock. So now we have hardened sludge and Jolly Boy in our environment, and if I was to go through the trouble of getting rid of these coordinates here, which just identifies that pen, then we could also see them spawning all the way around in the natural environment. And that is my quick and easy guide to how to hijack natural spawning for your dungeons. Now be aware that when you use this method, it is subject to the mob cap, which means that if somebody has, for example, a big and effective grinder going, then the mobs will be less around in the rest of the world, so you'll see less of your custom mobs in your dungeons. That's kind of why we try to We try to deter people from making large grinders and such on Spring Realms because we take so much advantage of natural spawning in the dungeons. But in that event, you can review the earlier Book of Lying episode about making your own command block-driven mob spawner, just in case somebody has their own grinder running. But that's it for today. Let me know in the comments what you'd also like me to check out, and I shall catch you all next time.